Do you want to know one of the most common things all successful people do? I'm going to tell you in this video, and it has nothing to do with what you might think. I'm John Coplen, and you're watching Architecting You, how to design the life you want. We are all designing our lives, intentionally or not. Everything that we bring into our life is our design. Some things that we design out of sheer force, other things out of utter neglect, and a whole bunch of things in between. Now, we're not talking about your adolescent days where you did a bunch of stupid things, and we're also not talking about big, huge things that happen to us that we can't control, things well beyond us. We're talking about the things that we can control, and those things are a lot more far-reaching than you can ever imagine. With awareness, we can control the design of our lives. And that's all design is. Something created with intentionality. Think about your favorite toaster oven, your favorite car, your favorite compact mirror. Every one of these things was designed with extreme intentionality. And that's why you love them. I can't resist using a metaphor because we all love a good metaphor, right? Imagine you have a room in your house. Let's say a formal living room, where you've never quite figured out the furniture. Maybe you brought the furniture from your old house and you try to make it work in the room, but it doesn't really work, so no one ever sits there, and so the room just really feels aimless. You keep thinking to yourself, you know what, I'm gonna get to that, but you don't really get to it. So you just take that item and you set it there with the other items and the couch that you don't really appreciate and the design of the room that you don't really use. And before you know it, you keep putting things there, and you keep putting things there. And you add a few more things. And it becomes like a magnet for all the things that you don't know what to do with. And before long, you look around and you're like, this room is filled to the top with things, and I don't even know what these things are. I don't know where these things go. It has become a cluttered mess. It's become a thing of its own. It becomes a giant project, a wall that you look at and think, oh my gosh, I'll have to tackle that one day, that room with those things in it that I don't know where they go. I'll get there eventually, I think. Just because we woke up in a cluttered room doesn't mean we can't fix it. Remember that thing I said that all successful people do? It has nothing to do with how much money you have, how hard you work, or your education level. It is so much more basic than that. I'm still very new at YouTube, and you're literally watching my 4th episode, so you would greatly help me if you would hit like and subscribe below. Successful people follow these 4 steps whether they realize they're doing it or not. And some people have just learned over time, and really it takes them no effort to do it. You may be doing some of these things already. 1. The first one is identifying your constraints. By identifying your constraints, you're able to understand them and then design your path around them. I did an entire episode on defining your constraints, so please go check it out. But what is most important about all this is that you're not there to have a pity party about them. You're there to understand them, to put them on paper, to get them out so that you can work around them. 2 is perhaps my most favorite on this list because I think it's something that I struggle with, and I guarantee it's something that anybody that has a family struggles with, which is identifying something that is truly something you desire versus an expectation or something that has been put upon you. It's very difficult when you have people depending on you to understand where one line stops and one begins. But if you can get down to the things that really light you up, that really turn you on, that is the stuff that is your desire, the stuff that feeds your soul. 3 is creating a vision for yourself. Now, I did do an episode of how to create an image wall, which is an exercise in creating a vision, but that's not really what I'm talking about, because that exercise is really about creating a vision with inspiring images, so it kind of combines 2 things. It can get you there. It's a great tool to do so. But what we're talking about here is really creating a vision that is clear to you, a goalpost that you are aiming for, that understands your constraints and then really is aiming towards the things that ignite your soul, that turn you on, that want to get you out of bed in the morning. 4 is making a plan. The trick to this is that a lot of us just want to leapfrog past all steps 1, 2, and 3 and just go straight to making a plan. And when we live in a world where everything is accessible, everything can be instantaneous, it makes it really easy to just do and not think, and to just do and not feel. And that's how we unintentionally design things in our life that maybe have outcomes that we didn't really want. But if you really took the time to understand what your design constraints are, and then you really took the time to do step 2 and understand, is that something that is really aligned with who I am? And then really took the time to make that vision very clear about what that looks like, the path unrolls in front of you. Every step you take, you're taking it with confidence, knowing that this is something that aligns with me. This is mine and my desire. So even when it gets hard, you keep pushing because you know it's yours. Because you keep pushing because you see the vision and you understand the plan because it's your plan built upon something that you really believe in. I'm ending every episode with I ams because I truly believe it is the most powerful words in the English language. If we had to be friends with ourselves, I think most of us would choose not to be based on the internal dialogue that we have. I'm going to pick 3 that mean something to me and aspirational, and you should pick any 3 that mean something aspirational to you. Mine are related to the video today. You're welcome to say the ones with me and rewind, or pick any 3 that you want. I am the architect of my life. I am able to design around my constraints, and I am designing my life intentionally. It feels so good to say something good to yourself. Last but not least, which is the idea that this entire channel is devoted to you being selfish about you. Yes, I said it. I want you to be selfish about you. If we take time to be selfish about how we feel and to understand ourselves and to take a break from this fast-paced world to really press that pause, that self-service will allow you to be open and available for others. That the only person that can make this happen is you can make it happen. So you got to get out there and you got to make it happen.